Let's fucking go.
Let's go. I made so much money last night, my phone gained weight. Damn. No, all serious, all real things. Let's go. Let's go. I'm not gonna lie. I listened. Sometimes when I go to bed at night, I put my live stream from the day before on. I like to ponder over how I talk, my cadence, how many times I say not the best. You know, I was scared yesterday. There was a lot of little birdies in my ear. That Altcoin Daily interview freaked me out about how the guy said Chris Larson from XRP donated 10 mil to Kamala out of like fear, you know, that someone did the math, the immigrants, all that stuff, you know. I was scared, and I said that, you know, that I was probably going to stay away from the charts, that I was not going to trade. That ended up being a mistake, but I did rectify that mistake pretty early on the night on the Telegram group. I had a series of alarms go off on my phone, all within 3 minutes. And I told the group, hey, this alarm went off, this alarm went off, this alarm went off. You know what to do. And very rarely do I tell you when my alarm goes off, because you should have the same alarm set. But I told you guys about WIF at like 236, and it ripped like at least 8% from the point of the alarm. There were certainly, you know, I did rectify that, but despite trading, despite crypto for now, let's look at this. I believe in God. I went to a Catholic school from pre-K to kindergarten to 6th grade before I transferred to a public school. I did go through my emo phase when I was 18 and nothing's real, we're all gonna die. I did go through that 100%. I really listened. I really liked the band Hawthorne Heights. Okay. But in all seriousness, I guys, this is why I like charts so much. Trump turned his head to what? Why did Trump turn his head? To look at a chart, ladies and gentlemen. Charts saved America. TA for Jesus. Okay. It's true. And I believe in God, and I think that the right thing happened. The right person is in, and to save this country. I think yesterday the truth came out about all the people that have been lied to about inflation. All the economy is great, but they don't feel the difference. All these batshit crazy things, oh, that's fine. And if you don't virtue signal to this, you're racist. All those people showed up and voted yesterday. And I think that some of the woke culture might have died last night. And I understand the reason for it. And I'm not saying not to have your own beliefs and ideologies, but some of it's just flat out fucking crazy. Let's not be crazy anymore, people. And I could not be more grateful for these next 4 years. And we got the Senate, which is good. Gary's out. I wrote a strongly worded letter on Twitter to Gary Gensler. Had to get that one off. I went off on Twitter last night, man. I tweeted like I never tweeted so much in one night in my life, and it was actually kind of fun, especially because everyone else was on Twitter last night. Sometimes if you do that, you just look crazy, but in a situation like this, it was certainly the way to go. Gary Gensler's fired, ladies and gentlemen. That I can't stop smiling. I'm right there with you, Mr. Mojo. I can't stop smiling too. You know. And I said something yesterday in the live stream I wanted to circle back to, is that there are no excuses now, ladies and gentlemen. This bull run is coming. There is no questions about that. Imagine being inside a crypto bull run when we are not worried about regulation. We put up the numbers on the board that we put up back in 2021 with the Grim Reaper over our backs. We were still not in clear regulatory waters at that point. It was very cloudy, very turbid. Okay. High opacity level. Okay. So this next bull run is going to be crazy. And to circle back to my point, there are no excuses now. I did what I did, the come up that I have gone through, from just another guy to working, writing for Ben, to becoming my own channel, to becoming a self-made crypto millionaire. I did that during the Biden administration. I did that, build it through a bear market. I didn't even really have a bull market. The beginning of 24 helped. I pulled this shit off in the most improbable time to pull it off. If you do what I did in 21, that's one thing. But to do what I did when I did it is a different story. All right. And from this point forward, if you're watching this show because you want to learn about crypto, you want to hear that one golden nugget of information that can make a difference in your financial future, if you want the keys to unlock the door of financial freedom, I am here to tell you there are no more excuses. There are no more excuses. The next year, going into 2025, this is it. This is the time to shine. I hope many of you join me. I hope all of you watching this show become crypto millionaires. All right. A couple of things I want to put in perspective. Number one, there's a big difference between $1 million and 50. How big are you going to go? How hard are you going to swing for the fences? And two, making $1 million is one thing. Keeping it is another. So not only are we going to talk about how we're going to make that money, we're going to talk about how we're going to protect it and keep it and invest it and play it once we get it. All right. So there are no more excuses, guys. I pulled it off basically in a bear market during the Biden administration. If you can't do it in the Trump bull, maybe crypto is not for you. All right. So that's my statement there. That's my statement there. All right, let me do a quick overview here. About 150 on YouTube, about 140 on Twitter. Thank you all for being here. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Gary Gensler in the chat. AJ, you hiring? Nah, bro. Not you. Not you. I will eventually be, I learn from some mistakes. I will not have a building full of people, but I think, 5, 6 warriors, the real ones that are down to clown and ready to get gritty and dirty and know how to work and are willing to go the distance. Yeah, I'll hire them. Maybe it's one of you. What do I know? Prove it. All right. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We got Joel, Hawkeye, Ogre, Kingston, Cross. What are the chances the Dems create a chaos situation before they leave office? Hey, I've seen House of Cards. We are the chaos, right? We are the chaos. I wouldn't be surprised to see some sore losing going on. And man, I can't get over Kamala Harris not thanking her base. Class act, lady. Class act. Way to show your true colors just as you got dismissed by America. Do you know how many more people would have respected Kamala if she said, hey, guys, we tried. I still want everybody to have an opportunity in America. Make the most of this. Let's try to do it. Congratulations. That's what she should have done. But guess what? She's too cool for school, man. That shows everything about her character right now. If some people are sore winners, but it's worse to be a sore loser. It's way worse to be a sore loser. It makes me very upset that all those people went to that convention center and she didn't even go to the stage and thank them. That's messed up, man. I would never do that. No way. No way. I'm the first one in line to admit my flaws. I'm the first one in line to tell you times I made mistakes. I can't believe that. I just can't believe it. Actually, I can believe it. She's a piece of shit. Ada or Proppy, who will have a better ROI in 2020 T. So I guess you're going to type 5 because the 5 is right under the T on the keyboard. Well, this is Ben Simmons. This is a very similar question that someone asked me yesterday about about Ethereum or Hedera. All right. So this compare contrast here is Ada or Proppy. All right. Well, let's look at this. We got Cardano, about 12 billion market cap, 11.9 billion market cap. Okay. And then Proppy, up and coming RWA project. Someone from the Proppy team was supposed to actually do an interview with me. I met them at Bitcoin Nashville. I got to circle back to them. I don't think that's the right one. Pro price Proppy. Is this the right one? Yeah, okay, that's the right one. I thought the it just looks different. Yeah, I guess that's the right one. Are they really 666 in market cap? By I thought they were closer to like the top 2 or 300. That can't be right. Am I crazy here? Yeah, okay. That's the one. So is their ticker PRO? I thought the ticker was Proppy, PROPY. Okay. Well, basically, $51 million market cap here. So all it takes for this to double in price is $51 million, where all it would take for Cardano to double in price is $11.9 billion. So what's more likely? You know what I mean? To be fair, Cardano has a more established project. I didn't realize this one was outside the top 500. I thought this one was way further up the list. I feel bad for showing it. I generally, anytime you ask me a compare contrast question, I will always go with the project that is the much smaller market cap. If you ask me VeChain or Algorand, I'm not going to answer you. I'm just going to say that's why I diversify, because I hold both. But when you say like, oh, what's going to do better, Bitcoin or Jasmy? I think Jasmy is going to outperform Bitcoin from this moment in time, based off of how much it's going to take to double them in price. Yeah, Trump didn't concede in 2020 because the election was probably stolen, fam. Like, bruh, of course he didn't concede in 2020. He thought he won. And to be fair, 2020 was a much closer election. It wasn't like, okay, like you're going to go on stage and thank your base. It was like, hey, let's go to bed and wake up. Maybe we'll figure this out. Much different scenario. So we're going to break out today. We'll certainly look at some charts today. I'm just kind of going through the chat. Yeah, shout out to Ogre, man. Shout out to Ogre. He's a real one. Two tiny trees hates politics. Well, it does matter. And for people out there that are so sick of everyone talking about politics and just want to get back to the projects and the charts, I'm with you. I feel your pain. But you still, to be a well-rounded trader, to really be dialed into crypto, you need to be dialed into on the macro. You need to know what's going on in the stock market. You need to know what's going on in politics. You need to know what bills are being floated around. You got to have your finger on the pulse to have a well-rounded point of view. And sorry if I go down the rabbit hole, in your opinion, too much in politics, but there has never been an election more crucial to the future of crypto. The gains are nice, guys. The gains are nice, for sure. But I want to see crypto sustain itself. I still want to be a crypto trader, a crypto influencer in the crypto industry in some way, shape, or form in 30 years. I want this to be my career. I want this to be my legacy. I don't want this to be something I did in my early 30s. And this last night, I feel a lot safer. I feel a lot safer. All right. So it might not matter to you, but it matters to a lot of people. And of course it matters to me. How would Jesus TA? I got to think of a pun for there. I really do. I do want to give a big shout to everybody in the chat. Everyone, let's go. We did it. The MAGA mornings. Y'all are awesome. Oh, Steve Jones, the money's gone to his head. Nope. Oh, you'd be surprised, man. I'm more humble than most. Can you make a new algo price prediction? Man, I don't think I could make a new one. I made the one I made, and then I did a video with Frugal, who is, you know, an Algorand influencer, and Frugal and I kind of went over my price prediction. We talked about it. That really is. I don't think I need to make another one. The one I stand by, the one I made. What are your thoughts on Arrow? Decrypto, but when Cybertruck? I already have one, bro. I have a Cybertruck. Have you not looked at Twitter? What are your thoughts on Arrow? Arrow is one of those ones that here, let me where is it at right now? It's at 93 by market cap. Under $1 billion. Halfway there in tokenomics about. It has woken up. So let's look at trading view for Arrow really fast here. Just the turbo chart was left up here. It tried to fight. It tried to break out. It got shut back down. I think I'd probably fix this line to here now. Something like that. Yeah, so it's in between those two levels I gave you yesterday. AERO. Still watch that breakout. If anything on the turbo chart, just draw that downtrend line. That's all that I would really pay attention to. Arrow. The W pattern. Look at that. Nice double bottom. Very predictable type chart. How much was that pump, by the way? About 30 something. About 30%. Not bad. So a couple things. First of all, we want to notice these slightly higher lows. This isn't a straight line. These are slightly higher lows. Really good to see that. If you wanted to like 2-point this downtrend here, that would already have been a breakout. So that doesn't really help us. Of course, this high here, it's right at that line. And it might be a nightmare to set that alarm this second, considering how many times it's going to hit it, but still watch it. And then you could use this kind of almost top SR level at 140 as a target. You could use the previous high at 149 as a target. Of course, you could find support resistance going the other way. I actually, this is the wrong arrow chart because I want to go further back in time. There we go. This is what I wanted. Okay. All righty. So I think it goes further back than this one, doesn't it? Well, even if we just use these previous levels back here, because I knew that was an all-time high. The other chart started over here. So we kind of have some like 238. 238 is a pretty big level. 218, big level. Oops. Pull that over. What's going on in the indicators? Let me go to the daily. Nothing too crazy with like divergences or anything. We are in the money flow. We are bouncing above the 200 and 50-day EMAs. Notice how the 200 EMA started here because that's how long it took it to form the EMA line. That's very important. I know some people might want to cup and handle that, and that makes sense. It's kind of a reach, but not really. Yeah, so I would call that. Yeah, I mean, I would count that as a cup and handle. Yeah, why not? Why not? So I would say breakout at 148, 148.07. Gonna get this measured move here. Boom, 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 boom. This is probably gonna take us way up. Yeah, back. So that would be price discovery at 262. From the current price, we're talking 97%, about 100% baked in. And like we said, it's at less than $1 billion right now. I don't really have any thoughts on how far this could go, but I would certainly, if anything, I would set that alarm right there. 148.3. There you go. Yeah, FOMC results tomorrow. That's right. That's right. Hey, that's going to be big. That's going to be really big. AJ needs to replace the red hat with the dark MAGA. That's funny. Jesse Walter asked me, AJ, are you putting any money in tokens that are off the radar, like only DEX availability at this point, still focus on those listed on a centralized exchange? Generally, I consider myself a top 100 trader. And that is for a number of reasons. Do I get information and am in groups where people talk about coins 300, 500, even further down? Yes, it is hard sometimes to decipher which ones are to be taken seriously and which ones are not to be taken seriously. I have called projects outside of the top 100 that have done very well. PAL is an example that comes to my mind right away. That one was probably one of my best calls of 2024. But they are few and far between. Generally, Jesse, this is how I look at crypto, and this is a tough pill for some people to swallow, is that staking is cool, right? Put your money to work. Why not? If you're already hodling a bag, why not? But like, if you don't have your hodl bag and your day trade bag separated, some people don't have enough money to do that, right? So they're trying to make as much money with whatever money they have. And it could be not the best idea for those people to get caught up in staking because they can only do so much. All right. And there's a ceiling to how much money you can make with staking. Yield farming, another situation where there's a ceiling to how much money you can make with yield farming. And just like throwing darts at coins on Pump Fund, on Solana, or buying the new meme coin on Base, or throwing darts at new memes. Yeah, there can be money made, but honestly, how many traders are like actually good at that? Like really good at that? You're gambling is what you're doing. When you figure out trading to a degree where you have an edge on the market, you're not going to be right all the time, but you're going to be right more times than you're wrong. That's where you really start making money in crypto. And as like more of a traditional top 100 trader, I certainly have an edge on the market. And I am not going to go out of my wheelhouse. If you can hit a home run with a certain swing, a good amount of times you step up to the plate, why would you try a different swing? You know what I mean? Like, why, if you can make a putt every time with your putter, why would you use a different putter? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, there are a lot of ways to make money in crypto, unfortunately, because that distracts people. It distracts people from learning about all this other stuff rather than just getting really good at one thing. Right. So I'm in the school of thinking that if you get really good at leverage trading, traditional top 100 projects that have liquidity, and that's the biggest part, you have to target the charts that have money to take. If you're scalping the market, there needs to be money to scalp, right? So sometimes, Jesse, I do target coins outside of the top 100, but that's not my strategy. My strategy to make money is straight down the middle leverage trading, high liquidity, hot charts. My Telegram group knows all about this. I don't know if I'm going to give up on Aero. I did buy Aero in the portfolio that I was building with Jada. Those portfolios are still around, by the way. We are going to follow up on them, but the 100K portfolio has taken over precedent. But I will go back and show you the results when the time is right. I mean, those are still very real portfolios. RIP Matic, I guess. Yeah, dude, it's actually crazy how far Matic, Polygon, whatever you want to call it, Pole or whatever, has fallen. It is just like, hold on, that's actually confusing. Sorry, I'm looking at CoinGecko here. It's like Polygon 95 by market cap, but it still says Matic. So if you type POL, does something else pop up? Interesting. So Matic still pops up and POL is number 40. That's weird. Tokenomic situation is a little bit better. The upgrade from Matic to Pole has been initiated. Please refer to the article and post. You may visit the old Matic page here, but they still have it listed in the top 100. That's kind of confusing me. I have to figure out what's up with that. But I don't know, man. Like I have kind of backed out of. There was a point in 21 where I like Polygon, Pole now, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. It's just, it's not like a sexy coin in my mind right now. That's kind of where I stand on it. Is Phantom a good one to be in? Well, I think Phantom will probably forever go down as my favorite coin to leverage trade. When I really learned how to leverage trade, Phantom was one that I hit over and over and over and over. And I just kind of get how that chart moves compared to other charts. I think as a day trader, especially if you could find a Phantom chart that has like on an exchange where it has good liquidity, for sure. I don't think the liquidity has been as good as it has been at times. Even if you go to why is this in light mode? All right, I'm not going to try to deal with that right now. But even if you go to, PHEMEX here, which is where I do all my trading, make sure you sign up for PHEMEX down below if you haven't already. But look, we got, Bitcoin 24-hour turnover, 27 million. So obviously you could do a lot of really big Bitcoin trades. Dogecoin, Solana, 11 million. And this is spot trading, huh? I thought I was in contract and perpetual. Sorry about that. All right. Boom. Okay. So there we go. Bitcoin, 700 million, Ethereum, 111, Solana, 85, Doge, 72. Guys, Doge is a very hot leverage chart right now. It's much more volatile than Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin. And it has a lot of volume in there. That's a good one to target right now. Sui always has been a good one to target for months and months and months now. We've been beating Sui up in the Telegram group. PopCat, another one. Guys, we started talking about PopCat in June. We started talking about PopCat at 34 cents. I think some channels, I'm going to go ahead and say I think Ben can take credit for Sui. Ben did really turn me on to Sui. I heard about it before him, obviously, but he was the one that really kind of, hey, AJ, actually look at this thing. That's fair, but I'm going to go ahead and claim PopCat. I'm going to go ahead and claim PopCat. I call PopCat from a mile away. Ask anyone that's an OG in my Telegram group from the beginning. Y'all started getting PopCat subs at 34 cents. Very proud of that. Oh, we got a new coin. See right here where it says new SCRU. Screw. All right. So that is one. Let me write that down. SCRU. That is one I will be looking at in the Telegram group today. We still got WIF, 11 million. Tau, hey, Tau back above 10 million. So basically, if you're doing large trades like I do, you want to be targeting coins that have at least 10 million in volume. At least 10 million in volume. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I've always been looking for. Nothing changes that. And so and that's why sometimes it feels like I'm talking about the same charts over and over and over and over. And why is that? Why is that? Because it's the same charts, guys, over and over and over. When a certain chart gets hot and a certain chart stays hot, you keep scalping that chart. Those levels come back into play. You're still dealing with levels you drew 3 months ago. The indicators change, the direction changes, the patterns change. There's small time frame patterns. There's so much. I could seriously, no BS. I could talk about one chart for a day, completely describing the details of it. I am completely absorbed in technical analysis. It's something I truly love to do, and that is why I I literally could talk about a single chart for a day. I'm not even kidding. Yeah, but Phantom, to be fair, is a good lever. Oh yeah, that's good. What we were talking about. So we go to PHEMEX and you can see it, FTM. So Phantom right now in the contract has about 7 million in volume. You could probably get away with some Phantom trades, but Phantom has always been a coin that I targeted for trading. I think as a hodl, I don't think it will be bad. It'll probably be like on the right down the middle type pick. I don't think it's going to do anything special. I don't think it's going to face melt anything, but I think it'll do fine. Maybe I'm wrong. I always have like Phantom. Yeah, somebody asked me, I think Bitcoin could hit 250K. I hope so. And AJ, what are your thoughts on ChronosCrypto.com roadmap? I actually am not allowed to talk about it because PHEMEX is my exclusive exchange for this channel. I am not allowed to talk about other exchanges or like buying that coin or anything. That's just me respecting my contract. I think the CRO coin, I've seen some news about it lately. I think it'll do fine. But I can't like publicly comment on that out of respect for my partnership with PHEMEX. Lee F, is Bitcoin dominance breaking down? So let me find this tweet really quick. One moment. Oh yeah, just take forever to load. Thanks. All right. Why is this not coming? Hold on 1 second. There we go. So I did see this tweet yesterday from Benjamin Cowan. Benjamin Cowan, if you don't follow Benjamin Cowan, you should. He's like one of my idols in crypto. I aspire to do what he has done. I do. He posts rock solid TA. He is one of the faces on the Mount Everest of TA in crypto. He has gone further down the rabbit hole than probably anybody. And this is why, and this tweet right here really did it for me. And so others, BTC, as in other coins, all right, will likely bottom in December of 2024. You can see a similar structure with prior cycles. This is another reason Bitcoin dominance will likely top before 2025. As you can see, this sharp move down right before the reversal. And this pivot is the beginning of the altcoin bull run, as in others. All right. And I did comment here. So happy to see you post this tweet. Really looking forward to November 19th. And that is because in 11 days, I will be interviewing Benjamin Cowan on this channel. On this channel, one of my idols in crypto is going to come on my channel, and we're going to talk about everything. And we are going to talk about this right here. I am going to bring this up just like I am with you guys right now, and I'm going to ask him to talk about this because Ben has made some sick calls, dude. With the Cardano Bitcoin pair, Bitcoin dominance hitting 60%. He a lot of people wanted to hate him because he was just like, in the bear market, guys, just buy Bitcoin. Like, why are you wasting your time with altcoins? Just buy Bitcoin. And so many altcoin people, even earlier on, even myself, just like I have always stayed away from Bitcoin public portfolio wise because I understand my audience. There might be a couple really rich people watching this show. In fact, I know there are, and I know who you are. And that's great. But I know my audience, and I know a lot of people that watch this show are trying to replicate what I did. You're trying to take a small amount of money and you're trying to dig out of the 9 to 5. You're trying to get out of the job that you don't like. You're trying to pay off your mortgage. You're trying to level up in life. And from my lens, you can't really do that with Bitcoin. Even if you bought Bitcoin at 30,000, well, guess what? You a little bit more than doubled your money. Great job. Great job. You know what I mean? So I think that some people get Benjamin Cowan wrong because they're like, oh, like you just want to talk about Bitcoin, blah, 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 blah. But the thing is that he's right. He was right the whole time. You should have only bought Bitcoin in the bear market. You should have realized that dominance was going to 60%. But there is still a point in time where the altcoins will shine. And that is the time where where we make our money. Okay. I would certainly consider this an altcoin channel. Of course, we pay attention to Bitcoin and follow the Bitcoin chart because it can help us determine direction with altcoin charts. But the real money, the real X's, the real multiplication factor at this point in crypto is not in Bitcoin. We can all agree to that. And so, yeah. But I have nothing but respect for Ben Cowan. 11 days he'll be on the channel. Let's go. No, it's not 11 days. Why did I say 11 days? It's November. Let me double check my calendar. 13 days. 13 days. I thought when I looked at my thing, I thought that 6 was an 8. That's why. 13 days. It would be not this coming Tuesday, the Tuesday after that. He will it will be an interview. It won't be on the live stream. Yeah, I can look at the Bitcoin dominance chart. By the way, do you still like your Cybertruck? What kind of question is that? Oh my God, of course I like my Cybertruck. Y'all should see the wrap design I'm getting on. Oh shit. I'm getting the dumbest wrap you've ever seen. Like it is so sick. It's very loud. It's very loud. It's very AJ. I still think it's going to be like black, but it's going to just wait. Yeah, just wait. I actually called J Chains yesterday. I was thinking about like, kind of tapping into the election, trying to get some traction on Twitter. And I thought about spray painting the side of my Cybertruck like Trump with like a gold spray, like a spray paint. I thought it was such a bad idea, and I was like, damn, but if I did that it would rip on Twitter. But I opted to not do it because I don't feel like I needed to, but it would have been funny, but because I'm getting it wrapped anyway, like what's the point? But yeah, that would have been hilarious. Mike J, AJ, I hate missing your live streams. Any chance you could give a few more hours heads up because I'm driving and I don't see alerts until too late? Well, yeah, I mean, I normally say on my Telegram group what time I'm going live. If I go a little later, sometimes I apologize. I went live at 10:50 today. I agree with Cowan. I feel like during the bear market, it's time to stack alts. Trying to stack not gonna be tough. Cries in algo, LOL. Yeah, BCDX AJ, if you are sponsored by PHEMEX, can you whisper into their ear VET, please? I've tried. I've talked to both sides, and sometimes things just don't work. That's okay. Maybe we'll try again. I don't know. Well, congratulations to Crypto Carter getting married on the 16th and then going on his honeymoon. Hey, everybody, give some W's in the chat to our guy, to our mod, Crypto Carter, getting married, man. Congratulations, bro. Congratulations. That's really cool, bro. I hope everything, works out. I hope you guys have a beautiful ceremony. Everybody's there, man. And, I love seeing when people do like life stuff like that. I mean, Jade and I just got engaged over the summer and I've never been happier. Man. We don't plan to actually get married to I think summer 26. We like want to make our money in the bull market first and do that. But man, I know how big of a deal that is to you, bro. So congratulations to my guy Crypto Carter. Oh no, so he's saying we're at the top. No, he's saying that the alts are at the bottom. The alts are at the bottom. AJ is the tech bro with the Cybertruck. Hell yeah, fam. Hell yeah. AJ is getting a Burberry wrap on a Cybertruck, bro. I wish I was that cool. I wish I was that cool. I really do. I thought about it. Want to wrap my semi for advertising over 100K people a week. Yeah, I'm working on a very similar idea there, sir. Very similar idea. All right. So I like hanging out with the chat, especially on days like today. It's just kind of like a celebration in my brain right now. But let's hit some charts, guys. Let's hit some charts. Let's start with Bitcoin. Actually, guys, we know what's happening with Bitcoin. Let's start with SWI. Let me get a fresh chart on TradingView here. You're not seeing my Telegram lines today. If you want to see the Telegram lines, join the Telegram group. Send me an email, ajalphagroup@gmail.com. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. It's probably the best Telegram alpha group in crypto, in all of crypto. You know why? Because I have been in everyone else's Telegram group. I know what they do, every single one of them. And if you're like, oh, you haven't been in that one too, him too, I know them all. And I sometimes kick myself if I don't post every day or if I miss a couple days. But then I tell myself, AJ, it's not about forcing a chart every day. Don't post a chart just to post a chart. Post a chart when it matters. Post a chart when you find a trade, when you see your edge. Share your edge with your audience. Don't force things in. And that is a lesson I've learned. It's not about posting every day. It's about posting fire when it comes. And that's something that certainly I've learned in my very many months of doing my Telegram group. So here we are, SWI. Interestingly enough, despite all the hype, slightly lower high. And this thing went up the hill. We're looking at a 2-hour right now. We do have the bull cross, which is good. We do have the bull cross, but this thing went all the way up. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way. All right. That's what it did. All right. Now look at this support resistance level. All right. What are we talking? We're talking here. Okay. You get the point, right? And look at this little scoop. And here comes the point of control, which kind of makes sense because this is kind of like the heart of this range. How many times it kind of ran through this area here. And this range is kind of between $110 and $2. Excuse me, $210 and $2. Wouldn't be surprised to see SWI maybe end up back in here somewhere. All right. Considering, just like we have top support resistance level here, floor, even here, floor, you get my point. So if it was to continue falling from here, we're looking at, that's about a 9.5% range going down from the current price to that first level, 4% down all the way down. We're talking 13.3%. I'm going to zoom into the 12 minutes, do some investigation. So a couple of things kind of yell at me when I first come to this 12-minute. First of all is this, but we don't really want to sit around waiting for it to fall all the way to that local trend line. Another thing that yells at me, I'll just go ahead and get rid of that. Another thing that yells at me as we pull this up is this. Look at this oscillator here, kind of pushing down. I'm going to change the color of this to yellow. The yellow stands out so much better. All right. Get rid of these ones manually so it stays yellow. But, the oscillators are kind of pushing over. Some of the hype is wearing off a little bit. I was almost thinking actually about an hour before Bitcoin put in the all-time high, I put a tweet out and I was like, hey, Bitcoin's going to hit a new all-time high tonight. And it did. And then I put another tweet out, hey, is Bitcoin going to 80K tonight? Because I thought that for a minute too. I thought that was very possible. And it did not. It in fact cooled off a little bit. But like I said, even when we looked at the 2-hour, now kind of coming to the 12-minute, look at kind of this gap in the volume profile. And look at where the price is kind of just hanging on to the edge of that right there. And it has pushed up. And we know that this was the moment it held that. And I bet this level comes back into play too, doesn't it? Oops, I didn't mean to draw that one. 1 second. Let me go to like a 45-minute chart. Not exactly. What I could do, though, I could tighten the range by this. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Tighten the range up a little bit. And then we know that this is where it recently turned around, right there. All right, so if you wanted to tight range SWI and make a move on this, let me fix this line, pull it up a little bit more. Okay, if you wanted to tight range SWI between 231 and 223.6, you could. First target after 231 would probably be local high 235 or that other high at 237. So if we break this, you're looking at a 2 to 2.8% trade. If we come down, which is kind of looking like what I think is going to probably, we're looking at target 3% down at 216. And if we break this, it's actually a really interesting spot to break, considering the gaps in the volume profile, how it kind of spills out like that. So I would, and the oscillator is just coming down too, coming on down. I would also consider this level as a target too. All right, 211. So top to bottom, we got 237.4, 231.2, 223, excuse me, 223.6, 216.3, 211.2. Those are the levels. Oh, lastly, 196.9. There are some levels to set on your sweet chart. If I had to guess, I would say this is likely to roll over. Very likely to roll over. Why do I say that? The oscillator is kind of pushing down. And guys, even on even on a 45-minute chart, you see it. Even on an hourly chart, you see it. Yes, we could make an argument for a bounce and a continuation. We could make an argument for that. But what's kind of telling me no here is, first, you see how fast this ran up right here? This ran up right here. Look at the volume profile right here. There is nothing at all. And that's why it came up to this level. All right. So it is. And also what worries me, see, here's the price. Here's the 50 EMA. All right. So if we kind of, the price is 7% above the 50 EMA. So what I like to do, I would say, around right here is the halfway point, right? Oh, come on, let me do it. Around here is the halfway point. And this is a tactic I use all the time. So when the price gets really far above the 50 EMA, I would say right around here is the halfway point between the price right here and the 50 EMA right here. And understand that as time goes on, the 50 EMA is going to continue to rise. So I always kind of draw a little line about halfway, because if this rises as the price dips, even if it ultimately bounces and continues up from the 50 EMA, you can target this scalp short because you're anticipating the 50 EMA coming up the hill. You're anticipating this coming up as the price comes to retest. All right. And even if it bounces off the retest and goes, we still could have anticipated this move down right here. And that is still a 2.5% trade, 25% with leverage. You get my point. That's why I am always watching things like that. Dogecoin, man. Dogecoin. I'm not going to show you the numbers, but 1 second. Kind of fix some of these lines right here. All right, so boom. This is what, I'm not going to show you the numbers exactly, but this is what I gave the Telegram group. We talked about this downtrend right here. All right. And a lot of times, guys, when we're breaking out of a pattern, you can go from the pattern, but sometimes when you go from the pattern, it's going to flop and grope. It's kind of better to go from the level. The pattern is great. You can go from the pattern, but it's safer to go from the level. From the pattern that we gave in the group to the top of Doge, we're talking 40% in a day and 11 hours. Gave it to you. I gave it to you. Not to mention all of these levels here. The last level was still 22% in 4 hours, guys. The last level. And similar to SWE, guys, it kind of slowly, look at the momentum oscillator here, kind of pushing down, kind of entering the red on the 12-minute here, kind of forming a little EMA sandwich on the 12-minute here. Point of control is back down here. The Trump pump could have been a little baby flash in the pan for now. I still think there is a little bit more to see here. But if you wanted to set new levels on Doge, I would go from here. Obviously, right here, this is a very big level for Doge because it bounced here. It bounced and bounced again. So 3 times now this chart has said, hey, this level is important. Look at me. I'm Mr. Meeseeks. 187 at 187. That's hilarious. That's the short level for Doge. I would say long level about 20.5 cents, and then you use local high as your first target. Very simple TA breakdown for Doge there. But I wouldn't be surprised to see things bleed just a little bit. Would I be surprised if things kind of come up like this and range a little bit? Wouldn't be surprised to see that either. And this is why a lot of the times I don't say go long right now. I very rarely say that, because that's not the type of trading I want you to learn. I don't ever, like, sometimes I do if I'm very confident. And third, sometimes I want to say it, but I don't, because that's not how you need to learn how to trade. It's not about, oh, I'm going to get in this trade right now and make all this money right now. It's not about right now, guys. It's not about right now. It's about learning patience. It's about learning how to react and setting up your charts and setting up your patterns, setting up your levels and setting your alarms and reacting when the time comes. So like this instance right here, when this level shows itself, it's given itself to us, not to mention it's a striated level. Striated as there's a gap in that level, at a gap in the volume profile. It's striated with the volume profile. When a striated level shows its face, are you going to just try to impulsively jumping this trade right now while we're in between an EMA sandwich? Or are you going to wait for that level, the important level, the good level? Maybe we'll break down under the 200 death cross, something like that. Maybe it comes back to 16 cents. Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me one bit. But Doge is certainly one to watch right now. Actually, really interesting setup with ApeCoin. If you're in the Telegram group, 1 second. If you're in the Telegram group, I just gave you a little secret message about ApeCoin. Not going to show the chart, but you did just get a little mini message here. WIF, I will show you the gist of WIF really quick. So this one really kind of came up, kind of bounced off of a little inverse level here. What do I mean by inverse level? Sometimes, like, what I notice is that, say a chart is in like a pattern. All right. And say it's in this pattern. And then sometimes it'll break down and it'll come up and come to that same line that it lost and break down from there. I don't know the proper term for that, but I see it all the time, and I call it the inverse level. And maybe I'll ask Gareth or something. Maybe he knows. If it might not even be a proper term for that, for all I know. But I see it all happen all the time. Last night I gave y'all a live alarm at 2:28. Let's find 2:28. 2:28 exactly. Boom, top to bottom, 9.9%. Very rarely do I say, here's the alarm, it just went off, go. Last night I did that with 9% in 4 hours. You're welcome. And now it is kind of coming down, kind of fighting in between two levels. If you're in the group, you know exactly what these two levels are. I'd react accordingly. It is coming down. Point of control is below the price action, and it is underneath the 200 EMA, but above the 50 on the 2-hour chart. Bitcoin. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Someone says, can we look at Jasmy? Of course we can look at Jasmy. All right, Bitcoin all-time high on election night. The irony. All right. And guys, look, remember what I said when we were forming this godforsaken bull flag, when we struggled all summer. We drew this, ascending triangle here. All right. We drew that. We said, Bitcoin's in the bull flag and it's in this triangle. Hopefully you can break the bull flag and the triangle at the same time. That happened. And then I said, as long as we're in the bull flag, we're in the bull flag. Once we break out of the bull flag, we need to break the previous all-time high. Until we get right here, we cannot have a 10x conversation. Guess what, everybody? We're here. We're there. We can have a 10x conversation. We can talk about the bull run. We can talk about how much money we're going to make, what coins we should target, how we should target them, where to look. Because, guys, the truth is, yeah, so what if you missed the election pump? If you didn't buy anything before the election, you didn't front run the election, so what? What do I mean by that? So what? Cardano is still at 35 cents, guys. Avalanche is still at $26. Still. Near still at $4. It's going to at least go to $5. ICP still $7.65. Okay. Dog whiff under $2.50. Optimism under $1.75. Phantom not even at 66 cents. VeChain barely over 2 cents. Hedera still under 5. Pyth still under 40 cents, where anything under 40 cents is a great buy for Pyth. The graph is still under 15 cents. You get my point. Who cares if you missed the election pump? You didn't really miss out. It is still so early to target these amazing projects that we are going to see do very, very good things this bull run. And I am also, it's actually funny about, the missing out on the pre-election pump is that the 100K portfolio that I started buying, I think I'm going to do another 100K sometime this week, maybe, thinking about it. We are actually still down about 2.6%. We got FET and Jasmy. FET, Jasmy, AVEX, Algo are the ones in profit. Everything else not in profit. Optimism was the worst pick so far. That one has lost the most out of a $10,000 buy. Pyth, Render, all very close. Shiba, not the best so far. Also very important to be patient. I literally make that video and say, hey, if things fall 10%, 20%, whatever, this is a long-term portfolio. I'm not day trading this. I don't just because I did this right now doesn't mean you should do this right now. If you're worried about short-term fluctuations, this is a long-term play for me. And then people in the comments your bag's bleeding, bro. Guys, it's been 3 days. 3 days. I don't care about the roller coaster. I am desensitized. It cannot hurt me. I am bulletproof to the roller coaster. I have woken up nights, lost 50 grand. I have woken up nights, won 60 grand. I know the roller coaster, and it's getting more expensive each time it goes up and each time it goes down. You need to adapt to stop thinking about the money in terms of how many hours it would take you to work and start thinking about it in units. Separate that emotional connection to money. I don't know how else to say it. Rewire your relationship with money. It's very important you do that earlier, sooner the better. Sooner the better. Maybe you should go take a $100 bill and set it on fire. Maybe that'll help. Maybe that will teach you that it doesn't matter. And a lot of people who say, why would I do that? That's a waste. That's illegal. Blah, 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 blah. The point is that you need to separate yourself from the money to be able to be in a position to make crazy gains. Because some of you, if you get in a trade and you're like, oh, I'm up $800, I got to take my $800. Well, you're not going to make $1 million if you're shutting the whole thing down when you get to $800. You got to get used to the roller coaster, and it's a sick game for sick people, may I add. Let me go over. Oh yeah, Jasmy. Someone wanted to see Jasmy. We'll do Jasmy. We'll call it a day. And so this is one of the alarms that went off last night, because Jasmy's in this triangle. I gave you guys this setup here when I did the 100K portfolio. Jasmy is one of those coins. And look, that alarm went off, ladies and gentlemen. That alarm went off. It did. That alarm went off and did reject. Jasmy has fallen 3.4% from its local high. Also a situation where we've had these kind of alarm levels before. That would be 211 would be a very big level for Jasmy to break. Hell, even 204 right here would be a very big level for Jasmy to break, because yes, breaking the pattern is important, but breaking the previous highs on the chart is more important for a true change in direction, a true pivot. We don't want to see Jasmy kind of fall, back to the 17s, the sixes, stuff like that. So that's where I am with Jasmine right now. To be fair, right now it is still holding this previous high, just barely. I'm not really going to try to day trade Jasmine, but it's something to watch. Jasmine is not a coin I'm day trading, not at all. Jasmine is a coin that I'm holding. That's the way I look at it. All right, so hell yeah, everybody, you guys rock. Also, obviously, guys, OBV. Where's my thing? I don't know where it went. I'll make a new one. There is this one. There's this one. There's this one. Where's the new one? Is this the one? There it is. Right here. Share this tab instead. Okay. Bang, bang, bang. If you want to join my Telegram group, shout out to my guy Ogre for making this graphic. Send me an email. ajalphagroup@gmail.com. I've been looking at a couple things that I've been wanting to trade. I even gave you guys a little ApeCoin nod during the live stream today. There's something I'm looking at with ApeCoin. But yeah, ajalphagroup@gmail.com. If we're back a couple days on the emails, catching up, it's not like we immediately respond to everyone. It takes time. Give it time. We'll get you in. I promise. I see my guy JR. Email me back, yo. All right, JR. You'll get an email back today. I pinky promise. All right. Appreciate y'all. If you made that portfolio a month or two prior, how much it would be bleeding? Exactly. And that's why I waited, dude. I've been very patient. And some people kind of did not like with my portfolio videos. Oh, what about this week? If I missed a week, they'd like lose it. I'm like, look, man, like if we skip a week, we bought stablecoins. We skip a week, we bought stablecoins because like 24 was a hard year. Like the first 3 months, everyone was a genius. The rest of the year really turned out who was good at trading and who was just treading in water right before they drowned. I got some sick cardio, fam. I'll say that much. But one day at a time, everybody. One day at a time. You're not going to make $1 million in one day, but you can make 1 million educated, calculated trades. My name's AJ Wrights Crypto. Smash the like button on the way out the door. Get rich or get wrecked. Peace.